Hi everyone, my name's Tris and this is Double O'Neill, and it's been a while since I've talked to you about the shunting yard layout. I haven't done much because I've not had that enthusiasm to do it, and I needed to kind of brew it up over time. Sometimes you get into projects head first, have a lot of fun, and then you have a break, you do some other things, and then you come back to it. So that's where I am now, and I'm actually doing one of the things that I've been putting off. I've been putting off putting the lighting in these buildings. Didn't really have any reasons, just wasn't like super inspired by it, and I knew that I thought it needed to be better than just whacking a light in there. So I've had a few ideas, and I'm going to go through with them with you about them. So bear with me, I'm going to get all the lights out and we can have some fun looking at them. The lighting that I've got isn't necessarily all the things that are going to be going inside the buildings. I've got this lighting here that I set up on one end of the layout, but I never actually put any power to it. So what I'm going to do is get all of these out in a minute and show you how bright they are. So that's like one of the kind of ladder lamps that would be going on the layout. And then I've got some things from like West Hill Wagonworks. So we've got one here and one there, like these, I guess, like strip lights that go in. So it says fluorescent button light kit, get pack of 4. And you get these little micro LEDs. They're pre-wired with resistors on, so you just need to connect them up. And then they've got some 3D printed bits to be connected up. So we'll figure that one out. The idea was that I'd put some in here. This is my little tiny engine shed. Take the lid off, it's on magnets. The roof, say lid. So I thought put them inside here and we'll do something with that, just to add a bit of something, especially when the lights are dim. Then I picked this up from when I went to Tony's Trains of Rugby the other day. I thought I'd just get, see what's out there, just to kind of be a bit more thorough, I guess. So we got these smart lights. It's £13 for this, for a single light, so you think it's a bit expensive. But it's the kind of random lighting, as it says here. So we could put it in what effectively be maybe the bathroom, I don't know, of one of these buildings. But let's play with it. If we love it, then we can get some more. Obviously, if you're going to put them in all your buildings, it's going to add up. Obviously, that's our West Hill Wagonworks one. The other one from West Hill Wagonworks is these lamps that go on the outside of the building. I thought that would be nice to connect up. I do have to bear in mind, like, where am I going to put the wiring, how I'm going to connect it up and things like that. So I'll think about that as I go. But these are, you've got the same kind of LEDs that are in the other kit. And then you've got these 2 3D printed parts again. Yeah, to put together. So we'll have a look at that. And then you'll see like kind of these cheaper ones that are out there, kind of these little lamps. I don't know if I put these on the layout or not. Kind of wasn't in love. I picked them up at a show. I might use them, but they kind of don't really fit in with what I'd like to do. Next thing I got, picked these up ages ago. These are some Gauge Master LEDs. Basically the same LEDs that we have in the Gauge Master kits. By the look of it, it's just different colour wires on it. The other one I want to put in, and one of them is the flickering orange LEDs. So that would be to kind of emulate or simulate fire. So I can't have that in every room, otherwise I don't like the place is on fire. But I want to pop them somewhere at least. And then the last one, I picked these up. These are, she got these off Amazon. It's like £7, and obviously the other ones I don't know the prices of by heart. But I've got some white LEDs. These will be bright. They'll be very bright, I'm sure. They're pre-wired, so there's a little resistor on them, because normally they're like a 3-volt bulb. So I want to see how bright they are, because what we can do is put some paint on them to kind of dim them down and go from there. But these come from Germany, and I guess they're probably made in China. And yeah, like most of probably the electronic bits made in China, but obviously there's people over here trying to produce things and sell them. Anyway, listen, my waffle. We'll look at ways of fitting them. What I will do though, before any of that, I want to talk to you about obviously the rooms. I see people at shows, and you see actually things inside the buildings, which is wonderful. And what I wanted to do was do something similar. So what I've got here is a few different sizes of just pictures from Google of typing in warehouse or shoe factory or something like that. So I'm thinking, if I can, even if it might not be seen, if someone looks close enough they might see it, put one of these pictures in here and there. Some of them leave them black, some of it is if there's lights on for a room. Well, obviously you're not going to have lights on all the rooms. So I will try and install all this and kind of chat to you about it as I go. So this is my little picture, this little workshop, and I'm going to pop it in here. So to glue it on, it's going to be really simple. I'm going to use some Pritt stick. And with the Pritt stick, it means that if I really had to, I'd probably peel it off without any issues. But run it over there, stick it in, and it'll look great. Now with it in place, obviously you can't see exactly what's there, but it looks kind of alright. See from the top view, it's just covering that bit. If we wanted to, we could have a bigger picture to cover things, but we'll have one here, and then we'll decide if we do anything down there. We could just leave that dark down there if we really wanted to, as if nothing's going on, or we could have a picture there. So you can see here, I've added in the bits at the back. Obviously the sides brown, so what we can do is probably paint that black, so then we don't notice all of this, and we have dim lights. Maybe we put some curtains in the windows as well. We can have some fun with that. Might have some old Metcalf curtains kicking around. So here we have Maplin Mill. Got some workers in there, some racking, and yeah, I think this is working out nice. I'm gonna leave the bottom dark, as if like, you know, no one's down there, everyone's upstairs doing the work. So I kind of like how that looks, but because it is clear, I will have to put a little level in here to stop light coming down here. But no, really, really happy with all these. Now we'll look at the lights. I found my Metcalf sheet and it's got the curtains. So I'm going to pop some various curtains in. I don't know if colours will look great, but we can do the more bland ones like the light blues, creams, greys, just on like one or two of them. Maybe just on the small ones, we do something like that. I'll try it on one or two and see how it's looking. I've already blacked out the windows on the garage doors there. So they've got just some black bay window blacks on there, so I just thought that kind of works for me then. And then you've got the little, there's a one in there, you know, if we happen to see it, but it adds to it. I popped the curtains in here, gone a bit random with them, but I think it looks all right from a distance. Yeah, I can always peel them out if I really hated them, but we won't be using the word hate too much with this because I like it. A little while ago, I did a video about painting people. What I'm going to do is put a couple of people in, so maybe two in this one and one in one of the others. Just glue them in place, so when the light's on, there's actually physically someone in there. We can always add more later on. And I like the idea of this and making use of some models that are painted. So yeah, so you've got the people in there. Maybe it'll be noticeable, maybe it won't be, but we all know that they're there. So yeah, I think it'll add to the effect of things and makes me happy. The light quality isn't quite good enough here because we're using the phone, but I put the flickering light on in here. So if we cover it, it actually just looks like the room's on fire, like this. But actually when you look at it with the human eye, it is different. But yeah, this guy's like, oh, the room's on fire. But actually, no, he's got a really bright fire burning right now. But what we do need to do is add at some point a chimney up the top here. So I've got the LED light in here. It's obviously very white light. And I think back in the 90s, lights weren't that good. So I've just got PP3 powering them at the moment. Obviously, like I said, the light quality gets worse. I'll just take this off. You can see it's a very white colour. So what I might use is some of kind of like my inky paints and put that over the top of it and see if that makes it more yellowy and more true to think of its time. Now this looks very yellow, but when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look that yellow. I think that the iPhone, when it's recording, makes things look a lot more yellow than they are. So take that off. Yeah, it looks super bright, but to my eye it doesn't look that bright. So I think I'll go with it. If not, I can always scratch off some of it so we get a bit more of the clear and just go from there really. But no, pretty exciting. Let's move on to like the next bulb that we have. This is the Train Tech light. It's pretty bright. I thought I'd put it here and then it can pass the light into this bit of the room. So we'll pop that over there. And then the room's just got a tiny bit of light. We'd have to turn off the lights now. Just above me. You can see the difference there. So if it's a dimmer layout, then fine, we can see inside, which is wonderful. So we've got the lights on inside this building. Obviously we've got lights on here. Flick it off, it loses some camera quality. But obviously we can see our workers in there. I'm going to leave it with a brighter light on. I'm going to imagine that they have some really good strip lights in there. But anyway, so that's that. It's not bleeding through to under here as well, which is nice. So I'm really happy. For these fluorescent tubes, I've built one up. I think I've done it right, but basically the LEDs drop into the back. Well, they don't drop, you have to kind of wiggle them in, and then I kind of glue them in place, and then they'll light up this clear strip that we dropped in here, and it actually goes into a hole on each end and tucks in really, really nicely. Quite impressed with that. Obviously it's hard to get that in focus. I won't light it up now, we'll light it up once it's inside the engine shed. I'm going to do, I think I'll just have 2 of these on the side that you'll be able to see, or maybe both sides, because then it will shine up, so it will shine up this part of the logo. So I'll get busy on that one. Now I've stuck the fluorescent tubes in here and in there, and now I'm going to have to wire it up. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try and pair up all the reds and get to the end, and a little wire will go down here. They can then go off the layout or tuck down the back on the other side, because I think there'll be more room to... Basically the frame of the layout will cause trouble if I have wires too close to it, because I'll be going through the frame. So I think I'll put it down there, then I can paint the wires black after that. But I'm not going to do this wiring on camera, because that won't be fun for anyone. And I'll show you when it's kind of all done. Hopefully it looks decent. If not, it just needs to work. Unfortunately, I have to admit I've messed this up. So out of my excitement, I've wired up 2 halves. I want to see how bright it'd be. So I got my 9-volt battery and I plugged it straight in. But I've chopped off all the resistors which protect the LEDs. So it made a quick whiz pop bang, bit of smoke, and yeah, they stopped working, those 2. But I thought, oh, at least these 2 work. So then I wrapped this bit of wire around the red one, so then we can reduce it down to 3 volts. Connected it up, lights came on, then they went out. So I need to have a think about what I've done there. But what I have done is popped both sets, so this won't be working. So I'm going to put this one down and focus on getting them onto the layout. And with that, we'll have some lights on at least, and I can review what I've done here. Maybe I should have left each resistor on each one, but I was thinking 1 reduces it down to 3 volts, right? And then it would be sharing out, but maybe it doesn't work that way. Leave me a comment below. But anyway, I could have just edited this out and hidden this from me, but the reality is I messed up. Anyway, onto these ones. Put the buildings out as they will be. The wires will drop down there, go in. I'll solder it on. I'm going to stand the board up on its end, but what I want to do now is actually fix these in place, which is something I've, let's say, been putting on for a long time, because, you know, don't know what I'm doing on the inside of these, which we've done now. Hot glue gun is warming up. With glue guns, don't be impatient with them. Give them like 5 minutes to get up to temperature, and then they work really, really well. When I first used them, I wouldn't let them get hot enough. No kind of real reason apart from I was being impatient, and I didn't realise how much hotter they get if you just leave them to it. And it really does glue then. Otherwise it goes on a bit too cool and doesn't really fuse onto anything. So let your glue gun warm up. The wiring is complete. I put the Hornby old controller, it's an old controller, this is Hornby Railways on it, 965. The benefit of using this box, I guess lots of them have this, but it's one that I've had for a long time. I bought it off a wonderful website called eBay. The nice reason is I can use this bit, which is like the 16 volts just direct, or 15 volts, sorry, that's the input. Yeah, it's got 15 volts AC output. And that powers the capacitor discharge unit, which powers my point motors, which are, you know, we've got one there, we've got various ones on the layout. And then I've got a variable control, which would normally get the DC locos going forwards or backwards or whatever you want. I've set it in the direction that I kind of guessed at, if I'm honest. If you go the other way, I guess everything doesn't work. To start with low voltage. And I turned it up until the lights were getting bright. So that was the main thing. So I've used the output of that, going to here, to split the, one lot is the houses. So the houses are wired up here. So that's them coming down here through the back, looping around to there, and then getting powered. And the other ones are for the smaller lights. And if later I want to add any lights, I can connect up to here, or split off another pair of wires, put a chocolate block in here, or crocodile block, whatever you want to call them, and then run to something else. What I will need to do is have some wires going over for the engine shed when I finally sort the wiring out for that after ruining it when I was doing this. So what we do is we get it down and have a look. So the power is on. You can clearly see the lamps are working. I'll probably take the picture for the thumbnail when it's a bit darker, because this excites me, how this is going to light up. You can see inside the house, well, like you've got the warehouse, meal house, people inside that. I really like it. Get a bit closer. Got the workshop in the background. Hard to actually see what it is. And here we've got a flickering light, but again, hard to see because it's daylight. This one, the light's not even working at the moment. Oh, it was one that's meant to come on and off. So if we take the lid off, yeah, you can see that it's working. So in the dark, we'll see it a bit more. Maybe I can cut that out a bit more. And then there's this one where you've got the people inside and the machine shop behind. So pretty excited about that. Obviously, the workshop that'll be down there, you know, that will be working one day, but not right now. But I don't know what you all think. Some people might say lights are overrated. I disagree. They're going to add a bit of extra flavour to your own layout, you know, something you're not just using your locos and there's not just point motors that are working, but you have a situation where you can turn lights on. And if I ever do a show and I get invited to one, I'll be able to have my little lights on all day long. And it's something that I notice when I go to layouts, when I see some lights on, there's that added bit of extra. If you look at this, this actually looks quite bleached out. It looks very bright just here. But with my eyes on it, it doesn't look this green. You know, that looks almost yellow here. But with my eyes, with the natural light, or natural eyesight, I don't know, the computer and cameras make things look different sometimes. Super happy with this. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm extremely pleased with how this has come out so far. I'm looking forward to having a play with this. I want to finish off that section over there. Get the engine shed done. Maybe that's something for the next video. And then actually use the layout. You know, let's enjoy it. Let's do some shunting. Leave a comment below. Like I said, leave a like. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I've got a Patreon as well. You can join that, or you can become a member. If you become a member, you can see some of these videos a bit earlier. And you just generally support the channel and keep the motivations high for everyone to enjoy. Anyway, you take care. See you soon. Thanks for watching this video. And see you next time. Bye.